What is good, friends? Welcome back. Yes, a new video. I've been slacking off, but this is a good one, guys. So enjoy this game footage. So you've encountered this scenario before where the enemy try to block your landing zone, but there is always a way to land. This is the proof. You just need enough space so your truck can land, and you have to make sure that you can deploy your base like I did. You do a spot check, make sure that you can deploy your base, and when you deploy your base, now you start cleaning up. And before you say, well, it's impossible, there's too many enemies. No, it's possible. Most of the time the enemy is sleeping, especially if they were standing there for hours. Now they are probably away from the keyboard, sleeping, and now it's time to shine. You clean everything you can because you want to make room so other bases can jump as well. So in this scenario, we have a central command up on the upper left portion of the screen, and on the bottom portion of the screen there is the blockhouse. Why are we jumping? It's simple. It's because we want to capture this blockhouse. Even though this Moscow is pretty much a game over for us, we still have a chance to capture this blockhouse and claim a little bit of reward so we can enjoy the rest of this event. Now some friends are jumping as well, and now I'm using my artillery because you have this range advantage on you. You can easily clear some troops, and you can see that Saber of the Nation is working overtime. If you ever want to see him in action, this is the perfect video for that. You will see plenty of him destroying other units. Now I'm gonna make room, and the goal here is to make some room, move my base. I'm gonna move my base slowly toward the frontier, or toward the enemy's claim territory. So this was not my best move, but I got this artillery. I'm gonna finish him off with the bomber. I know the Liberty bomber is the preferred bomber, it's the most popular bomber, but in this scenario, the Vanguard or the Martyr's Watch bomber does a great work. So we'll pick them off one by one. There you go, that was easy. This one as well, super heavy. 12.6 million, it's average. It's on the low side, I should say. It's an 8.1 star unit, but as you can see, the artillery is destroying him quite easily. Also, I want to add up, if you are in this scenario, there's a few things you can and cannot do. First thing you cannot do is send your collection truck. This is not a good time to farm for two reasons. First of all, your truck may get destroyed. Second, you don't want to occupy a collection site, so this site will prevent a friendly base to deploy. You want to make sure that you clear the area as much as you can so base can drop, and you want to make sure when you deploy your base, don't take unnecessary space. Place your base as close as your friend so other base can land as well. The more bases you have, the better your chance are to succeed this mission. Now you see those units running away. Those are players who woke up and don't want to be part of this adventure. They're running away back to their base. They won't because I'm firing at them. And also make sure that strong base lands first. Always. If you have a burnout base and you're low reserve, better pass your turn and let a stronger base do the work so you can land later on to finish the build. Okay? If you are really weak, I know that I'm not gonna stop you from fighting, but keep in mind that this is the moment where you need to optimize your chances to succeed. So I'm still cleaning, and I want to bust that bunker so a base can land. Use my medium, my main battle tank now. Ooh, this artillery is running away, and I want this troop, so nope. I'm trying to climb up the killing machine ladder, fighting machine ladder. This battlefield is quite difficult. There is a lot of strong players. This is Epic 1, the first legendary battlefield, meaning that there are strong alliances, and strong alliances mean really strong troops. Strong troops mean they are really hard to burn. Ooh, check your 6. This guy will die. There you go. So I'm gonna support my friend, make sure that he doesn't lose his troop from this small army group. This guy is doing a great job. So far we are in good shape. The only way you could prevent bases to jump is really by flooding, spamming the area with troops. I mean, spamming a lot of troops so there's not a single grid empty. This way there's no chance bases can land, but you need so many troops that it's almost impossible to cover a whole patch of claim land. There's always a spot you can land. And you see all these troops on the upper left portion of the screen? Yep, they will be all gone. So I'm telling my friend here, I know he's smart, I know he's reading this, so I want him to move a little bit forward so I can advance and reach that border there. This is the goal. So stronger base on the edge so they can protect a weaker base in the middle. Boom. So now we listen, good. I can do my move. Let's go Saber. We won't see. It doesn't matter. He's gone. I'm gonna approach. Yep. That. Just want to make sure I keep an eye on my artillery so nobody wakes up and engage me. There you go. So now the area is pretty clean. Only a few fighters. That is not a problem. I'm gonna move forward to this position. I can do safely now because at this point the enemy is waking up. They are trying to organize and organize a counter. So by the time they're doing that, I'm gonna move safely. And I have a good player right next to me who's gonna watch me and protect me. So this is a little bit too close. Oh, is it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go there. Now, when you reach the border, okay, so depending on your goal here, we our goal for us is to capture the blockhouse. That's it. At this point, we're well aware that no matter how much effort we deploy, we're not gonna win this. So obviously we want to stay there as long as possible, do some kill, try to capture the blockhouse. And the trick is you have to play smart. In this scenario, I'm not gonna engage the bases, the enemy bases around me. Ooh, now it's getting quite busy. So just before I finish my sentence, yeah, so this guy's done. Got lucky. So what I was about to say is, in this scenario, we play mostly defensive. We're not going to engage and destroy bases around us because some bases may be away, may be sleeping, they may be not active. So if you burn an inactive base, well, guess who's going to take his place? An active one. So I want to make sure that I want to force the enemy leaving their base and go toward us. So that's how you play defensively. You see the tag I put, do not burn AFK base. AFK means away from keyboard. This is to ensure that the enemy will be forced to move out of their base. When they move out of their base, they don't have their protection, they are vulnerable. They are much easier to burn and they have to go toward you. This way you can make a little bit more kills. So this artillery may be lost, or you want to join a group, but this won't be possible. Okay. And if you see carefully, most of the time I'm using my MB because it's my most powerful tank out there, most powerful unit. And when I see enemy unit in the perimeter of my base, I'm gonna leave my artillery outside. You see, because the way this game works, if you're new to this game, whenever there is an enemy unit who engage your tank and your artillery is within range, that artillery will automatically fire back at the opponent. Okay, so you don't have to pick your target. Well, you could if you want to select your unit, select your target, go with the start with the weakest one and finish with the strongest one or the slowest one. But essentially, you don't have to manage your artillery. It will do the job for you. This way, you suffer less damage. Your main battle tank will suffer less damage because your artillery will assist it, and also you make more kills, right? As long as you don't go too far away from your base, because the artillery, it's a powerful unit, but it's also a weak unit in terms of durability. It cannot sustain fire, so make sure it's close to your base, so when you see a threat, you just garrison in your base and wait till the threat disappears. Okay, you do not want to stand up to an enemy armor with the artillery. Even if you think you can burn him, you're gonna lose troops for nothing. Keep your distance, engage from a distance, and use your main battle tank to take care of close encounter. Right? I'm using my fighter, but my fighter kind of blows. It's really weak. As of this video, now it's a little bit better. But in this battlefield, no matter how strong is your unit, there's at least 30 people out there who have stronger units. There are some really, really strong units out there. This is for the big boys. Now you see they are organizing, they're forming groups. They are planning of which base they want to take out first. Now you can slow them by sending bombers. Unfortunately, my bombers as well as my fighters are quite weak. So at this time, at this point, I'm losing more than I'm killing. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to try to harvest some kills by aiming at this super heavy. He tried to counter me with his artillery. Yeah. That's why you want to stay close to your base. This guy on the upper left, upper right portion of the screen, Dayan, he got a strong artillery, as strong as mine, so I need to watch him out. Now this guy, I don't want to knock him, sorry. He cannot base there, okay? That's why you have to do what I did in the very first seconds of this video. You do a test spot. Do my base fit? If you jump and your base doesn't fit, why are you jumping? You're wasting a jump, airlift, and you will probably waste your units because you don't have your protection from your base. Now, sometimes just investing 5 seconds, that's all you need. 5 seconds to verify that spot will save you a lot of trouble. Now the enemy is running away. I'm gonna try to pick up the stragglers, especially the artillery, which is a very easy target. This is a good target for my bomber, but I'm gonna use my good old main battle tank for that. So when you send units, so this is another example what not to do when you send units. Well, keep in mind that that group was not in the same spot when they refilled, but still this is kind of a mistake to avoid. So those troops got killed for nothing. All right, so that guy did a good job with his bombers. And those two guys, you see, now they're trying to find a spot, okay? They are very lucky that there's no big army groups near them because they would be in serious trouble. Okay, he based. So yeah, they tried to ambush me. When this happened, garrison your artillery and whip out the main battle tank to at least convince them or prevent more loss. A single unit, why not? I'm not picky, I take everything. Ooh. That was close. So I'm going to be very careful. So you see, this guy is going to try to attack me. I lost a few, a little mistake here. Now I place my artillery just behind my tank, so this unit will do a little bit of kills. I need to be careful of the BM, the rocket truck, because this is a dangerous opponent. Yeah, I lost almost all my artillery right there. When there's too much things going on, sometimes you lose track of who's attacking who. So we'll try my helicopter with the tank, get rid of him. There we go. So my friend is just south of me, supporting me. Now the guy, I told you, the guy who jumped on the left side of me, he died almost instantly because his base was already burned out. So when I say do not jump, like I said, it's not to tell you what to do. You're free to do whatever you want, but in that case, what he did, it didn't help us in any way. I mean, besides giving kills to the enemy, right? So I know sometimes you want to help out, you want to do the best you can, but in that case, it didn't play out for him. his base was not strong enough or didn't have enough durability to inflict any damage. I'm trying to chase this infantry with my BM. Unfortunately, I do not have Antonina on this unit, so it's kind of hard to chase. So I'm selecting lone unit with this BM. Since it's almost all gone, doesn't have enough strength to garrison, to destroy stronger units. I try to support this guy, prevent his base from getting destroyed. I don't think I will be able to make it. He is melting quite fast. No, that won't be possible. And at this point, I don't have enough howitzer to be effective. I was spoiled with the old medium tank. It was training so fast. The new MB, it's almost twice as slow to train. So you see what I do? I use my main battle tank and I use, after the artillery, just enough range to inflict damage, more damage. Ooh, now somebody did a mistake and he activated my base. Thank you, that will help me a little bit. You do not want to activate a base like mine, or any strong base for that matter. More reserves. And a super heavy for dessert. Ooh. Yeah, a 9 stars BM. This is a good target. I'll take that. Yeah, good gameplay from my friend with the bombers. More bombers. I'm gonna go as well. Why not? It's a party. That's it. Back to base, please. Thank you. So you see how much fighters they have. That bomber was full when he started his bombing run. Then he came back almost dead. Yeah, we have a problem with the Air Force. I mean, I try to... we try. It's so difficult. It's such a long process to upgrade those units. They demand so many parts, components, refined components, bullets, gears. The good thing is you only have 3. Okay, is everybody on break now? Nothing's happening. So when it's more quiet like that, I pan around. I look elsewhere. I look around, should I say, and see what's up. Despite the fact that I cannot help them, if I go and help them, I cannot move my base. I have to stay there, and I do not want to leave far away from my base. It's tempting, but can't do it. In that scenario, you're on defense. It's not worth it. Sometimes you have to think, am I doing the right thing or not? So you ask those questions, and sometimes you will find the answer, and that answer will tell you, will be beneficial for you in the long run. You will avoid unnecessary losses. Yeah, I did a mistake there. I wanted to bomb the unit. Instead, I bombed this base, and I think this base is cursed because I engaged that base, I mean, at least 4 times by mistake. I don't know why. I didn't want to engage it, but yet I clicked on it. And keep in mind, you don't see the effect of the lag in the replay, but there was a lot of lag. And when I say lag, I mean it's not sluggish, but you want to select a unit, let's say, and you want to move it somewhere, but instead of clicking on the unit, the screen moves. You don't click, you don't select the unit, even though you're 100% sure you did. For a reason, because of the game, when the game is lagging, you kind of miss your target. And the other point that makes me upset is you move your target, you get the audio clue, right? When you move a target, the unit says something, and it does, but yet the unit doesn't move. Why? I don't know. Yeah, this guy is ready for me. He do not want me to destroy this unit, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyways. There you go. So yeah, and I know that this problem is the same for everyone else. Now I was not being careful. This guy is a friendly. He wants to activate my base, so I need to read his name, his tag, make sure that I don't engage a friendly. This mistake happened to everyone. As long as you realize and you don't keep pounding on him. So yeah, the lag is a little bit of a problem, and it always happens in the middle of the action because, well, you know what, many players are in the same area. I guess it overloads the server. Free target. Not quite free, cost me 1 unit so far. Yep, more than that, because my weaker bomber got hit pretty bad. Anyways, so the blockhouse will be available for contest in about 3 minutes. So far, we're doing good. Some bases were burned, but it is what it is. Now there's a little group here trying to do something. I'm gonna say hello. It's not too far. And you can't refuse firing at artillery. So tempting. Just keep in mind, make sure that the bombers, they keep harassing me and they keep freezing me. You gotta watch those. Our mistake here is not to have enough air support. When you don't have air support, the enemy will use their bomber. They will spam you with bombers because they don't have any opposition. So you need to deploy those airplanes. I know sometimes when the enemy is strong, they have better airplanes and it's hard to survive, but I mean, you need some airplane, you need some fighter covers, especially if you have artillery on the move, because those, they melt instantly against bombers. Yeah, come get some. This MB is strong. But you know, I keep moving. I don't stand there toe to toe against them. I pick my targets. I don't want to get surrounded. And I don't want to get near some artilleries, especially if they are pre-charged, because when they start firing at you, you lose health quite fast. So a light tank, I go for this target because MB eats light quite easily. Now I pull away, I take this one, easy target. You see this artillery on my right? Even though it's weak, have to be careful. You see, now I want to hit this artillery, and again I hit this base. And why? I don't know. I mean, I hate it. I mean, thank God no army group, no friendly army groups are within range of that base, because he would have done some serious damage. So you see this guy? Woo! Garrison, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Bad timing. So now you see what's happening. I guess they want to burn my friend. So while I'm trying to engage those tanks, my artillery is on auto attack, which means it's gonna engage any enemy unit. So this light tank. So you see I constantly go in and out. Now they have many, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean at least 10 enemy artillery. You got to be careful. If you start firing like what I'm doing, retreat, don't stand there, because when the officer skill launches, now your tank will lose, or any unit will lose a lot of health real quick. Now this guy is doing the best as he can to defend himself. He lost his howitzer. Now when this happens, it's the enemy will go heavy on you because you're missing one howitzer and he's missing at least 2 troops. Now it's a good move from the enemy. They want to seize this moment. For a reason, my howitzer was wandering outside. Ooh, so yeah. Lost a little bit, 3 units. There was too many targets around me, so I couldn't stick around. I'll be on the retreat. They will reorganize. It's a good decision on their part, because I don't think they had enough firepower to defeat me. So they said, you know what, we're gonna reset. And yeah. So you see what I did? So I start with my MB first, and then the Katyusha right after, so the artillery doesn't engage my Katyusha. If you time this perfectly, you will prevent your Katyusha from getting engaged, and you will do more damage to his unit. So like I said, I'm glad, they are smart on this portion of the game footage. they decide to pull back and reorganize instead of going heavy on me, because at this point they didn't have enough firepower to defeat me. Too bad, because I would have made a lot of kills. But like I say, think about what you're doing. So this was a good decision on their part. They thought about that. So should we engage this base? Maybe not. So let's retreat and reorganize. They did the right thing. When you think about this, sometimes you play smarter. If you keep sending units over and over and repeating the same mistake, you see I engage again this base. Thankfully it's empty. But if you keep sending units randomly, you use a light tank to engage a super heavy, you use a Katyusha to engage an MB, and so on, then you wonder, hey, I'm always out of reserves, I can't fight. Well, look at your gameplay, look what you're doing. There's a reason why there's many units out there. Main battle tank, they counter light tank. Okay, they don't counter super heavy unless you have a really strong MB. But in most cases, you need to think of which unit should counter the other unit. So this guy's getting swarmed. Now you see there's a little pause, so I'm looking around what I can do to support my team. So this guy, I know he's a good fighter. I want to give him a chance to survive. But this unit from this guy, this zero guy, you see he got a tank of almost 35 million. And I'm at 27 at best. So this is going to be a challenge for me. That's why I use my artillery, but I need to be careful, because if he goes around me to engage my artillery, I will lose everything and he will lose nothing. So it's not because I do not want to help him. I mean, sometimes you have to pick either you or him. So a reassigned target for this artillery right there. Use the officer skill to my advantage. So garrison my artillery, pull it back the other side, use that shortcut. Make it rain. There you go. Woo. Yep. Pulled back just in time. Well, not quite. I lost 30 units still. Yeah, too many units around me. Now it's a waiting game. Yeah, my timing was not quite there. I should have waited a little bit more before sending my BM. Okay, guys. Let's do this. Or not. Ooh. Yep. I lost all my rocket truck. A little mistake. Now, will they attack me? They could. I mean, I'm missing one unit, one full unit, so I'm more vulnerable, should I say? And I need to be careful of that light tank to my right. It's quite a strong unit. He will seize any occasion to engage my artillery.
Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander, our garrison will defend us.
When you're getting surrounded like that, you need to be a little bit careful. Everybody is aiming at you. They are waiting for you to leave your base so they can try to pick off a few of your units to get you weaker, and if you're weak enough, they will finish you off. So now is not the moment to lose any more units. Play smart. I know you guys are smart, that's why you watch my videos, but you need to play smart as well. And when you record your gameplay and you review your gameplay, that's where you see those mistakes, because when you're in the middle of the action, so many things happening that you cannot analyze everything. Like, you're focused in your game. When you watch your replay, you say, "Ah, next time I should do this instead." That's how you learn. You see he's going for my artillery, yeah, like a good boy, because light tank destroy artillery, but light tanks are afraid of MB.
Commander, our garrison will defend us.
Bye bye. Yep. And anyone saying, because a lot of players are saying that, well, you know, reserves, they go back, I get them back, they regenerate. Of course they do, but if you are ready to fight and you have no reserve, how can you help your team? This is the question. Play smart, keep your reserves as much as possible so you can stay in the fight. Okay, now this blockhouse zone is open, and it doesn't look too good, I'm afraid. Yeah, I want to help, but it's not the best thing to do. So I zoom out and see that a lot of bases are covering the central command, but not enough bases. Oh, they are building, so this is not good. So I'm no expert, but I can see that this is not doing good. I'm in good position, but overall we're not gonna make it. It is what it is. I mean, at least we tried. So if we had more bases coming in that area, we could have a chance. You see, they are basing to stop us, to prevent construction, which is the right thing to do. Now, while I'm zooming out and looking elsewhere, this bomber, I could have sent my fighter, but whatever. At this point, I don't think it's going to change anything. Okay, so I skipped a little part of this video. Now, attack this guy. Do everything I can to stop the flow of reinforcement. So this is a sign that a battle is going on. When you see reserves or reinforcement passing through your base, it's a telltale sign that something's happening somewhere, right? It's up to you if you should investigate and move your base. I'm gonna try to save this guy. So I will try to ambush some troops on the retreat. Yep, this one. Hopefully those one as well. Yep. Almost. Yeah.
Commander, our garrison will defend us.
Now I feel like my time will come soon. If you see the amount of opposition on the far right side, they are pushing us, burning us from the south. And now there's seems like a communication problem. Both jumped and they both cannot base at the same time, well, at the same spot, so that's a little bit of a problem. At this point, when there's too many troops around, so you have to adjust your game style. You have to focus on defense, try to not get surrounded, because if you do, let's say that you're fighting with two troops on the field, both troops get destroyed because something happened. Now by the time you retrain those troops, the enemy could decide to burn your base since you're most vulnerable. So I try to stay out of trouble. You see, so I engage, but I withdraw. I wanted to withdraw, but it did not.
Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander, our garrison will defend us.
And this guy, Michael Lynn, he knows what's up. He knows I'm fighting a unit, so he uses artillery to support me. Now the problem is, this is a super heavy, a really hard super heavy, and there's too many artillery firing at me, so I have to withdraw. I couldn't make it in times. I lost more than half of my troops. And this is the beginning of the end. At this point, that group I was talking about a few minutes ago, they made their way northbound. They are claiming at a fast pace. Those troops with the new evolution, the new modern troops, now I feel like your base is almost irrelevant. Your base defense is almost irrelevant because the strength of the troops offset the base defense. It was already weak. I mean, your base before the modern troop, if you would be lucky, it could last on average maybe 1 minute, a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. Okay, and that's pushing it. Now, if your base can last 15 seconds, that's awesome. And this is a problem because, well, there's the base defense and advanced base defense, but I have a feeling that they don't serve a purpose with now the strength of the troops. You see how fast my base it will burn, and I'm fully buffed up. So already lost 10%. Now 20, half. Not much left. So be ready to teleport. I lost only a few units on the teleportation, and yep. And let's see the battle report real quick. So I did all right. I did a few kills, nothing crazy. This was an okay one. This one as well. Average. Okay, good. This was a good one, and this one as well. So roughly maybe 6,000, 7,000 kills in total. So yep, guys, so that was the latest action footage from Moscow against P2G from server 2. Follow me for more content. I'll keep you updated with new stuff, guys. Take care.